to go ahead and show you my new Annealeez automatic annealer, and I'm really happy with it. It's doing an amazing job, and I got to tell you, it's so much easier using a machine to anneal your brass than trying to do it on a drill or by hand with special coating liquid and stuff. So I just want to take a moment and share how it works.
First things first, I think it'd be best to show you what it comes with. Comes with this little bucket here to catch the brass as it falls, and obviously it's powder coated, and you can go ahead and fill it with water if you feel like quenching your brass as it comes through. A lot of guys do. It's got a really nice mechanism here for the torch that's connected to the front to essentially spot the brass as it's coming through right here and it's sticking out for your bottleneck rifle cartridges. And when it comes out, it sits there for a right amount of time, and then it drops down into the bucket. And this is the loader here where you can stack up to 100 rounds up top. I've got an RPM switch here, so I can go ahead and change the RPMs, and obviously there's a power switch here. You can flip it on. With a power cord that plugs into the side of the machine to work the electronics. Back of the machine, I have a propane tank, one of those little mini camping propane tanks on there. There's the motor to drive the front of the unit and the electronics to drive the RPM motor itself. It's a stepper motor, really nice. And there's a valve on here to go ahead and close the gas off. So I've gone ahead and loaded up with some brass, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on my gas and light the torch. Okay, you can adjust that flame, obviously. You can push it all the way out, and you can lower it down so it's just kissing your brass. Right about there. It's good for me. Now all I have to do is go ahead and engage the machine, and I'll go ahead and do that by turning on this switch. What it's going to do is it's going to grab the first piece of brass, it's going to drop it into the annealing section. It's going to anneal for a specific period of time. It's going to take it away, and it's going to drop that into the bucket. Drop the next piece down, that gets annealed. And it continues the process. When it completes all the brass, obviously it's done, you can go ahead and turn it off. And I'll show you what it's done for the cartridges that it's gone ahead and annealed. Again, you don't want to see much orange coming off of that. That's just when it's getting to the point where it's done. And when you see a little flame of orange in there, you can see that it just started getting done, and it'll take that cartridge away and put another one into that position to get annealed. And orange again, you can see that it removed it. So that's how you know you've got it to the right amount. You don't want it to go orange because that means your torches are too high and you're weakening your brass. So we've got a few more go. I'll back up a little bit so you can see a little better. And a couple more cases left. You can see they're dropping straight into the little enclosure there. And if it's getting too much annealing, you can back down the RPMs. You can turn up the RPMs, and if it's getting too little, you can actually turn up the RPM. So you can go ahead and adjust it accordingly based on your requirements. I'll go ahead and turn it off. And let me turn off the flame. Okay, and there we've got our annealed cases sitting in the little bucket. Let's take out a piece of brass that's been annealed. We'll take it out. And you'll note the discoloration on it is the annealing process. You've probably seen this on military brass. And that means that this cartridge has been annealed.
I think most of you know why you anneal brass. Obviously, you get about 5 reloads out of a case before the bottlenecks start to crack on the cases. So you probably want to think about annealing your cartridges and extend the lifespan of your cases because they are an investment, and anything to protect your investment is a good idea. In the past, I didn't anneal my cases. What I would do is when they would crack, I would simply cut them down to 300 blackout and use them for that. But if I want to extend the life of my 223 cartridges in this case, or my 308 cartridges, I can go ahead and anneal them, and I can get a lot more reloads out of the same exact cartridge casing over and over again. So it's a good investment. Again, you can do this with just a screwdriver. On the end of a screwdriver, you can do this with a drill attachment. and a blowtorch. This does 100 very, very easily. It's kind of set it and forget it kind of thing, and it's worth the money. You can build your own, although I haven't seen anybody's kit as elegant and as nice as the Annealeez unit itself. So big shout out to those guys that did a fantastic job, and hope you guys on YouTube like this video.